Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to tell you today about one of the speeches that Romeo Dallaire made to younger generations called the We Generation. And this was a good message about the generation with cell phones because we have cell phones. He calls our generation, or the younger generations, Generation Y and Generation Z, the generation without borders. So basically, because of cell phones and internet, social media, we can interact with people from other countries and realize what's going on in the world a lot more than people could back in 1994 when the Rwandan genocide happened. And he also challenged people of the younger generation to go to countries in Africa and Latin America for about a year or more and help out and see what life is really like for the majority of the world's population. And it's a very hard life. I mean, in the U.S. and Canada, we have hardships, but compared to what people have in Africa and Latin America, it's minute hardships. So, thank you, Romeo Dallaire, for making that speech. Also, Romeo Dallaire received the Elie Wiesel Award from the United States Holocaust Museum in Washington, D.C. The reason that he received that award was because he commanded the UN peacekeeping force in Rwanda in 1994, and it was a genocide in 1994. And he talked about how he accused the people that collaborated with the RGF, the Rwandan government forces, and the Rwandan government forces of largely committing a genocide. And one of the guys told Dallaire, "How dare you? How many Rwandans were involved in the Holocaust?" And he said they were right for that Rwandans weren't involved in the Holocaust, but the people from the Rwandan government forces, a lot of them, they were repeating the Holocaust and doing the same thing. And the word did get out about what was going on in Rwanda, but along the border of Rwanda and Uganda, the UN peacekeeping force lost a lot of soldiers because those soldiers were going to the border to tell the reporters on the border and to tell the Ugandan soldiers on the border what was really going on in Rwanda. And some of them paid with their lives. So, on the grounds of humanitarian grounds, I believe that the world needed to be involved in Rwanda more than they were. That's my personal opinion. Romeo Dallaire believes that as well. And I'm not a blind follower of Romeo Dallaire. He has a higher opinion of the United Nations than I do, number one. And number two, when he ran as Canadian senator, I don't know if I would have necessarily voted for him. And number three, I don't think the best way to solve a crisis like 9/11 is to necessarily realize what caused it. A lot of those fanatical terrorists will kill anybody who doesn't subscribe to their fanatical, ridiculous, and evil ideology. But he did a lot of good things in Rwanda, and he does a lot of good things now, raising awareness of what's really happening in a lot of the world. And he wrote books about, and he has a campaign to end the involvement of child soldiers, which is really good and really humane. And he talks about his struggles with PTSD. Romeo Dallaire is a true Canadian patriot. He's also a humanitarian, a good man, and a good soldier. So, hope everybody's doing well. Take care. God bless them. Bye-bye.